So meanwhile, a record was broken today as Moises Caicedo was confirmed as a Chelsea player, making him the fifth most expensive signing in the history of football, the biggest record ever in the Premier League, 133 million euros. It's about $150 million. What makes him worth that, Craig? What makes him so good?
Well, what makes him worth it is that there was two or three clubs wanting him. So
Liverpool, of course.
Well, it became a bit of an auction. I mean, it's very difficult to pinpoint, I think, one thing, because he's not, on the face of it at the moment, a great goal scorer. His assists are not brilliant, but you can see he does everything particularly well for one so young. You know, wins a lot of interceptions, wins possession back, he's tidy on the ball, his pass completion is good, and you can see by the heat map, he basically covers the whole pitch. Lots of energy, gets around, very tidy, him and Alexis McAllister were prepared to take the ball under pressure anywhere on the field, and were generally very good at getting out. If last year Webster or Dunk rolled the ball to Caicedo or McAllister and they had men right up the back of them, they quite often could take it and spin away and start an attack. And so, yeah, can he improve? Absolutely. Good defensively, will get forward, covers fullbacks, could even play fullback, and he did for Brighton on the odd occasion last year. But I think he's got a bit of everything, and if he can add some maybe goals to his game as well, then going to be a great signing.
I think a huge part of it is that I think what it tells you about the way the game's played today, how important that position is.
Right.
The fact that Declan Rice has gone for over 100 as well, now you've got him going for 115, tells you that because so many teams have their eyeballs set on going forward, that position now to get it right is so hugely important. That is a major reason why you're paying 115 million for a guy who you're not looking to score and not looking to assist. Yeah, that's as big a reason as the player himself. He doesn't do that, and he can't do that. And
I think he'll do it a little bit more, because I think Enzo Fernandez will be the one that I think they'll take it. Assuming those two will play, right? I've got paid that amount of money. I mean, paid money for.
Don't you think that Enzo's going to go take a step forward, though?
Yeah, I mean,
which will mean, because Caicedo, he gets around the field so well. I mean, the guy pops up everywhere. He's got three lungs. He's just everywhere.
But both him and McAllister got forward in tandem for Brighton last year, and then Young and Cisco came in and played a bit of a number 10 role. But yeah, I mean,
what a markup, from 4 million. It's not bad profit, is it? Nadim, how much of a game changer is this for Chelsea?
Huge.
Yeah, I think it could definitely be a huge one. I think with players like this, with Rice as well, and I'm sure with Lavia that we'll speak about, I think some of these teams now, they're taking more risks. And they need people in that position now who are going to be good enough on the ball to be able to manage it, to manage the pressure, as Craig was saying, with people being right behind you. And then when you play a more expansive style of football, if the game becomes open, they need to be able to get around, to be able to put their foot in, to be able to win the ball, but then also gather it and start the next attack. And I think that's why these guys are now going to be costing a premium going forward, because people want to play in this more modern style. They want to, as I say, take some of those chances. They're like, roll the ball out the back with multiple people on their back. And I think he's going to be perfect for that. I think the fee itself, obviously, if people have got money to be able to spend it, then that's someone's value. But I like the style of play that he has. I think it'll give a lot of people very nervous in the fact that he will receive it with so many people on his back. But there's a reason why he's been so heavily coveted. I think it was Arsenal wanted him in January, Chelsea, Liverpool wanted him this summer. So clearly he's somebody who people believe is going to be very, very progressive going forward for their football teams.
So Nadim, why are Chelsea going for Lavia as well?
Well, you can't get enough, can you, Dan? You know what I mean? If you've got money, you might as well spend it. Just get whatever you want.
True.
Yeah. And obviously, he's 2 years younger than Caicedo. So when Caicedo's legs go in 9 years' time, then you've got Lavia coming right in. So, yeah, I don't quite understand that, to be honest. I don't quite get it. And it seems like their midfield section might get a little bit busy very soon, but they must have a plan in place for him. But then I suppose when he's 19 years of age, you can almost see him as like a prospect, even though he has been playing week in, week out for the last season in the Premier League. But again, he's another good signing. He obviously seems like much more of a bargain now since he's £50 million less or whatever it is.
Wow.
But he's a really good player. But yeah, I don't understand why he needs to hoard defensive midfielders. But then, I support City and they've got like 8 centre-backs anyway. So yeah, I don't know.
They got rid of a load of midfielders, didn't they? So, I mean, you know, you need competition, you need numbers. If you're Chelsea and you're looking to get back to the top,
right,
you're going to have more games and every other thing. And also, Craig touched on it yesterday, Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher's not getting in any of the big teams. Right now he is, because Chelsea don't have the numbers to pick from in there.
We're hearing that Lavia's chosen Chelsea over Liverpool. That's
bad news for Liverpool. Two sucker punches from two players that they'd rather go somewhere else.
Well, to Chelsea.
But is this not don't you blame Liverpool for this? Because the Caicedo one has popped up, right? And Liverpool come in late on the Caicedo deal, it seems. Nobody thought they were capable of
it. What though?
Because the Lavia deal seems to have rumbled with Southampton for a few weeks, and it seemed to have stumbled over 5 million, 10 million. And Liverpool were hedging their bets, and Southampton kept saying no. Whereas you just feel if they'd offered a proper fee 6 weeks ago or whatever it was.
When you got the McAllister deal, why don't you get the Caicedo deal done? Why don't you get the Lavia deal done?
Unfortunately, I disagree with Craig on that. I mean, I don't.
Well, hold on,
I think the more worrying thing for Liverpool is that the two players didn't want to go to Liverpool first, as opposed to what you're saying. I guess
Chelsea weren't in the equation for Lavia a month ago.
But as a player, though, do you take it personally? Because we all know that the teams are trying to get you, and they're trying to get you for as less as they can, but the clubs try to get as much as they can. I mean, do you really take it personally when that's going on? I don't think so. I'm more worried the fact that one absolute fantastic player, and then a young guy who could be that good coming along, both of custard pie
I'm
Liverpool.
not blaming the player here, Lavia. I'm saying this Lavia deal with Liverpool, it seemed to stall and go on and back and forth with Southampton for a few weeks, and all of a sudden Chelsea have come in and went, we'll pay a little bit more money.
Right.
Now we give the player a decision to make, where I just feel with Liverpool, if they'd maybe gone that extra little, few million with Southampton before Chelsea were even looking around, because you just know this. It seemed last year with Todd Bowley, if anybody was looking at players,
he'd come in. He
was looking, right? And it's no coincidence that everybody, Liverpool and others, have been sniffing about Chelsea, have gone, oh, we've always had our eye on them. We've got these two great recruitment guys who just sit. They're not going to get these two players, it doesn't look like. And he's a young guy, Lavia, who's big and strong. He's got a great range of passing from a deeper position, long passes over the top, short passes, tidy on the ball, quick feet, great future ahead of him. But it's leaving another gaping hole. And by the way, I think, again, like we go back to it, I still think Liverpool would, and for those people out there think I hate Chelsea, it's not that.
Right.
I think he's got more likely to get a game at Liverpool.
Yes.
If he goes to Chelsea and Caicedo and Fernandes are there, he's going to be probably on the bench at best.
Chelsea finish above Liverpool, Stevie, quickly?
No.
OK, that was convincing. No.